So baby. Hey guys, Fran here, back from Jamaica with another video. So, I've missed you guys. Oh my goodness. I know that you saw the video that I did in the car, but then after that, shortly, we lost Wi-Fi. So I could not jump on and talk to you guys, and I really missed you. So I am back, and I have so many things I want to share with you. First of all, as always, thank you so much for being here and for subscribing. I am so thankful and grateful for each and every one of you. If you have not subscribed yet, make sure that you do so that you don't miss any updates. Alright, so I want to talk to you guys about something, and especially since I've come back from traveling, this is really like on my mind, but I get a lot of emails from people who want to manifest travel, who want to go places and see things, but they feel like, you know, the manifestation process is not working in that area, and they want to know, how do you do it? So here's the thing. Let me say one thing here really quick. I always tell you guys that I've manifested some travel or I've gone somewhere, and I haven't even shown you guys any of the pictures or any of the videos. And I was looking through my videos last night on the plane, and I have so much footage. So I'm going to put footage in here, you know, of my trip to LA, my first trip to LA, my trip to Atlanta, some of my trips to Jamaica, and just some other places that I've been that I've actually manifested these trips. But I really want to talk to you about this latest trip that I went on, and it was a Jamaican retreat that I did. This is the second year for women, and so I started going to Jamaica about 15 years ago on a manifested trip. A girlfriend of mine went for her 40th birthday, and I was like, gosh, I want to go. And we were both like, we want to go, and she was supposed to go with her boyfriend at that time, and he was not able to make it, so she gifted me the trip. So that was the first time I went to Jamaica. But as I begin to go to the country, I begin to fall in love with not only the culture of Jamaica, but the spirituality and the healing. And I begin to talk to a lot of the natives there, and just found out so many things about, you know, unlocking your mind. Because if you think about it, a lot of people think of Jamaica as this third world country. They don't understand that it is rich. It is rich. It is such a rich country. But not rich in material possessions, but rich in spirit. Their connection to God is amazing. And the thought process that a lot of them have is so amazing. So I had a desire. I had a vision to take women to Jamaica and to relax, renew, and restore. That's the name of my retreat that I do every year. And I could see this vision, but I did not see how it was going to happen. I could not see past how it was going to happen. So the very first time we went, I had actually written it down. So I'm telling you guys how I manifested this vacation. And not only for me, but for other women. So I had written it down, and I wrote down the complete vision from beginning to end. So if you guys are familiar with a technique that a lot of New Thought teachers talk about, which is storyboarding, or you'll hear me say, write your story. That's what I did for the first trip where I wanted to take the women. I wrote down every detail. I wrote down how many women I wanted to take. I wrote down where we would stay. I wrote down that I would have a relationship with the general manager at the hotel so that he would offer discounts for these women. I mean, I just wrote down everything. And when I read it, I went back, and in my physical mind, that conscious mind, you know, the gatekeeper, we talk about that all the time, right? In my physical mind, I thought, gosh, this is a lot. You know, passports, women, travel, transportation. This is a lot. And I just could not imagine how it would happen. And I keep telling you guys this. I have crazy faith, right? Like, I believe that everything is possible with God. Like, there is nothing that you cannot do if you trust and put God in the midst of that plan. Now, when I'm telling you to put God in the midst of that plan, you know, a lot of times we want to say, if it's your will, God, it's always God's will for you to be happy. That is his will. For you to be happy, for you to have the desires of your heart, and for you to live abundantly. So manifestation and creation is really your divine birthright. So it is his will. A lot of times I've noticed that people will say, if it's your will, God, because then if God doesn't do it, or you think God's not going to do this, and then he doesn't do it, you can blame God for it. And I want you to cut it out. It is always God's will. Always God's will that you are happy and that you are successful and that you are prosperous. So let me get back to my story. So I wrote it down, and every day I would come to my Bible with my vision. I put my vision in the Bible, actually, and I put it in Psalms 23, and that's a whole nother video. We'll talk about Psalms 23 one day. Psalms 23 is so powerful, but let me keep going. And every day I would come and I would read my vision out loud, right? And then I would go on with the rest of my affirmations and my mantras and, you know, my journaling, and I started to feel good about it. And as I started to feel good and feel like it was possible and that it was going to happen, I started receiving information and instructions from spirit, what some people will call your intuition, some people call discernment, some people call prophecy, whatever you want to call it. Spirit started to talk to me about how to make this happen, down to the point where it gave me day by day what to do, even how to market the event. The first event was a success. It was dynamic, it was transformative, it was healing, and it was so reasonable that people, when they got to the resort, could not believe that we were staying in a 5-star resort in these kind of rooms right on the ocean. They could not believe it because the price was so reasonable, which is one of the things I asked for. When you are manifesting and creating, and you want to manifest and create a trip or a vacation, you want to ask that that vacation is reasonable. Even though in your conscious mind you think, gosh, that is expensive. You want to ask the universe to help you make it reasonable. Let there be a sale. It's not up to you how they make it reasonable, but ask for it to be reasonable. Because when you ask, it is given. Simple. So the women got there and they were so excited and they loved it. Loved it. Loved it. All right. So this year I wanted to do it a little different. I wanted to stay longer. I wanted to be able to host the women in a suite instead of us having to purchase a place on the resort, but a place that we could come and have tranquility. And I wanted it to be in a private space that I had cleansed and meditated in and prayed in and called in spirit. And we were going to have a full moon release ceremony. And I wanted it to be private and very personal and very intimate. Well, to get those kind of rooms, they are expensive. And so I began to pray and I said, you know, God, you gave me the vision. I can see the vision. And I know that when the desire is born within me, within you, when desire is born within you, it's born above first and then below. So I said, so as it is above, so it is below. Help me. Send me the direction. Show me how to make this happen. And this is how I want it to happen. And I wanted to have 4 VIP women. And I also wanted to be able to sponsor one of the attendees. That's a lot, right? And so I began to write down my vision. And for every part of my vision, now pay attention, guys, this is huge. For every segment of the vision, I had a mantra. So for me wanting to sponsor somebody, like pay for their trip, pay for their airfare there and their trip, I would say, I am above and overly lavishly blessed. And as it is given, I give. As it is given, I give. My business started booming. My business started booming. I was getting clients from everywhere. I was getting unexpected checks in the mail because I was vibrating at a frequency of my business is booming. As I give, it is given. So what I would do is I would give my 10% in tithes, and then I started a savings account so that I could not only sponsor this woman, but pay for this lavish suite that I wanted. And I'm going to tell y'all something, because y'all know your girl is completely and totally transparent, right? We'll tell you the truth. Sometimes I got nervous because there were deadline dates. There were dates that this had to be paid by this time, this had to be paid by this time, and if it wasn't paid, they will refund you a certain amount of money, but not all of your money. And I'm thinking, now God, how would that look? Like, I'm running the retreat, but I can't even be there because I can't pay for this lavish suite that I want, and then I can't even pay for the lady that we said that we would sponsor. How is that going to work? I need some help here. And as I begin to say, I need some help here, I need some help here, I begin to get quiet. And I would say about 1,000,000 times a day, God prospers me, and God prospers me now. I am overly and abundantly blessed. Everything is working in my favor. And I would sit and I could see myself getting on the plane to go to Jamaica. I could see myself getting off the plane to go to Jamaica. And things started falling in place. Like I told you guys, I fly first class. I only fly first class. That is my choice. My choice is to fly first class. I'm a big girl. I need some room. I need some space. I like the space. That is my choice. First class tickets came so reasonable. The lady gave me a discount on my suite because of all the other women who had paid for their suites. I was able to book a client in Los Angeles and get 3 times the money to pay for the lady that we sponsored. The minute I begin to just release it and let it go and trust God, and every day go back to the center and know and remind myself that God prospers me and He prospers me now. That it wasn't about, oh, I gotta have this many clients. Oh, I better get a second job. Do you see what I'm saying? When we're trying to manifest and create things, when you get nervous, because sometimes I get nervous, but when you act on that nervousness and you go and do things, that means that you're not trusting the process. That means that you're not trusting God to do what you've asked Him to do. You're not trusting the universe to do what you're asking the universe to do. And in order to show that you are trusting and that you have faith and belief in that thing that you have asked for, sometimes you just gotta be still. You gotta get still and you gotta let go. And you have to listen. You have to pay attention, because if we're so busy, the instructions that we're given by the universe just goes over our head. It just is like psh, psh. And I have to tell you guys that every trip that I have taken in the last 10 years, I have manifested it. Every single trip I've taken, and I made a choice. See, creating and manifesting is all about a choice. What choices are you making, right? Like I said, I choose to travel first class. And it doesn't matter who I'm traveling with. If someone else can't travel first class, now, let me say this. If it's my family members or whatever, we work it out. I help them. I help them, but more importantly, I teach them how to manifest it for themselves. And a lot of them don't care about flying first class until they do it. And then they're like, oh gosh, I like it up here. Anyway, what I'm saying is when you're manifesting and creating things, You have to make a choice. You can't be wishy-washy in what you want. You have to say, this is what I want, this is why I want it, and this is how I want it to be. Simple, period, point blank, and then move out of the way. You affirm it, you decree it, but you have no attachment to it. That's the biggest thing in creating. You cannot have attachment to it. You have to let it go. And once you let it go, the divine guidance will be given. So, I am going to show you guys some of my pictures from that Jamaican retreat, the first one, the second one, a few of my pictures from California, and just, drop me a line, let me know what you think about it. Make sure you're following me on Instagram. It's at Angels with Fran. So you can just at Angels with Fran. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter and all the social medias. Make sure you're following me because I have some great pictures on Instagram of all of my vacations and just a lot of tips and stuff that will help you manifest and create your best and grandest life. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I really missed you guys. Make sure you leave a comment, drop me an email with your questions, and I will talk to you later. Bye for now. So this is the last day of Relax, Renew, Restore. A lot of the ladies have left, but I promised to give you guys a look at the suite, at my suite, where I hosted the women. Each woman had their own room, but this is where the magic happens. So you come in the door, this is the bathroom, have my little writing desk over here, and this is the living room. Of course I'm working, so it's not like super pristine clean, but because I'm working. This is the living room. You see our coconuts there waiting for us to drink. We got coconuts, they got them from the tree this morning, and we've had them in a refrigerator. But this is where the magic happened, guys. Every morning after we did yoga, we came to this space and we sat at this table and we had intentional, elevated conversations as women who were awake, as women who were spiritual, as women who were on a journey for higher elevation and higher awakening. We had catered service. We had a butler who took care of all of our needs. His name was Gary. He was dynamic. And we had another butler named Jerome. These are my fans. I love these fans. Gotta show you guys because I'm a big detail girl, right? Thought that was beautiful. But anyway, we had really intentional conversations. So much healing happened in this suite, like so much dynamic healing and so many breakthroughs and transformations happened at that table. That table, powerful. This living room, powerful. But I promised to give you guys a tour of the suite. So let me continue. So I'm back. Here's the bedroom. Look at that chandelier. Isn't that amazing? I'm such a bling and dazzle girl. Let me see if I can get closer to you guys. Look at that. Oh my gosh, isn't it beautiful? So this is my bedroom. This is the master suite. And I'm showing you guys the bedroom now, but I usually don't share my bedroom because it's my sacred space, right? It's your sacred space. It's where you kind of, get yourself together, you get your mindset together, you get yourself right. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys the bedroom. These beds, I'm telling you, like these beds are the best beds. They are the best beds ever. The hotel has changed a lot. I've been coming here for 15 years, as I stated, and it's still probably one of my favorite hotels. You guys can't see out here tonight, but I will show you to my room. This is the master suite, and then here's the bathroom. Now, all right, we're packing to leave, so don't judge me, guys. So here is the closet area. That's the closet. Look at my little gold slippers right there. Your girl loves the bling. I just told you, right? Anyway, this is the bathtub, which is a jacuzzi bath, which I have used every night to take a spiritual bath because I love my baths, and you gotta do that spiritual cleansing. Taking a spiritual bath last night after the full moon ritual, I could hardly sleep. Let me just tell y'all, just so you know. And this is the bathroom. So all of the bathrooms come with the 2 sinks. We have our toilets here. So you have just your regular toilet, and then you have your clean me up toilet. You know what I'm talking about, right? Love the bathroom because it's big. The space in the bathroom is really big. And then you have all of this counter space, which I use it all. You know, he gets like that much, and I get the rest. But that's another story. Okay, and then we have the showers. I don't think that there's light in the shower, but, oh, there is. But there's double showers. They have the rainfall as well as your personal handle for you to do the things that you need to do in your shower. You have his and you have hers. So if you're in a rush, you guys need to shower together, this is the place. Great, great, great. I think that's a great idea. So I'm gonna go back out now. Another thing I love about the bathroom is that if you're in here resting in the room, your mate or your partner or your girlfriend, whomever you are with, maybe it's a girls trip, you can shut the door to the bathroom, first door, and then you have your other privacy doors. Also, here is another look to the here's another look to the bathtub. So say you're taking your bath and it's just you and you just want to be open and free. Here you go. So you can move the curtains and you can have a view into your bathroom. But you can also have your tub here. Say your music's playing out here, or you just want to maybe have candlelight on the edge of the tub, which I did a couple of nights, and not have to worry about, you know, things catching the fire, you know, whatever the case may be. So also, I want to show you guys the double doors. So I want to show you the view of the suite from this angle. Again, there's my water. And then when you are wanting your privacy, you know, say somebody needs a break, you can shut these doors. Aren't those doors gorgeous? So those doors lead from the bedroom or to the bedroom. Either way, however you're coming through. There's 2 big screen TVs in each room. I don't know if they're all the same size, but there's one of the big screen televisions. And then there is another big screen TV in here, which is the dream for someone who watches TV. I don't, but for those of you who watch TV, here you go. This is the way the entryway looks when you're looking at the door, right? Also, there are 3 ways, which I will show you tomorrow in the light, to get to the balcony. So the balcony of this particular suite is from this end here all the way down to here. That's one entrance. This is the second entrance. And then the bedroom, off the bedroom, there is a tub, a jacuzzi hot tub for you to get in if you choose to. So I promised you guys an early morning view because I wasn't able to give you one last night. So here we go. The thing of it is that it's so beautiful. It looks like a picture. You guys see that? I'm gonna take you outside. There you go. This is actually off of my deck. So you can now say, good morning, Jamaica. So this is off of my balcony. Isn't it amazing? And remember, I showed you guys the doors. So this is the whole deck. This is my whole deck. And me and the ladies spent so much time out here just chilling and talking and watching the sunset. We did our full moon rituals down there on that rock. I'm going to zoom in so you can see it. We actually went out there underneath the moon and we did our full moon release and prayer, and it was dynamic. And I just wanted to tell you guys that if you have an opportunity to do this next year, that the process will be different. Look at the greenery over the hills. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? It looks like a picture, doesn't it? Our process will be a little different next year, but stay tuned so that you can get in early, because it's only going to be 15 women next year. We're going to take it down and make it very, very intimate. All right. Have a great day, guys. Look at that.